Hi, this is Angel back again, bringing you another video. Today I'm going to do a two-part video. Some recent music finds that I just got. Also, I did visit one of my local record shops and Park Avenue CDs in Orlando. If you ever come upon, visiting Orlando, I highly recommend visit that store. It's a very, very awesome store. One of the best here in Orlando. We have a couple of them. But that one is for me, in my opinion, that's the best one. Park Avenue CDs. They also have an online store. So yeah, I went yesterday and got a few things. So I want to show you half of the stuff now, and I'll do another video, and I hope you enjoy it. So here we go. The first one I found over at Park Avenue CDs. It is an album that I needed. I only have one album from this band. Iconic 80s band, hard rock, hair metal, whatever you want to call it, glam. And it is Quiet Riot's second album, studio album, Condition Critical. This album is almost brand new. You can see it's spotless. I was very happy that I found this in the used section, and I guess the previous owner hardly played this one. And I got it for a very, very decent price. It wasn't that expensive. So yeah, I got Quiet Riot. I already have the original, the debut, Metal Health. I have an OG copy plus a reissue they did later on. But I needed this one, so yeah. I gotta be honest. The Quiet Riot, Metal Health, the one and the one before this one, these are my most favorite ones, the ones that I go to a lot and listen. Oh yeah, Quiet Riot, Condition Critical. Okay. Next, I got another one that I really wanted for a long time. And I was very surprised I found a copy at the local record shop. I learned that this album was getting a reissue for the first time since it came out back in 1989. And it's coming. It was supposed to arrive here in I think it was June last month or May, something like that. But it got canceled and it got delayed. Now it's gonna get reissued by the month of September. I last read. And the one that I'm talking about is Prince, 1989 Batman from Tim Burton Batman, Michael Keaton. For me, Michael Keaton is the best Batman. I'm sorry. But Michael Keaton is my favorite Batman. I don't know, I enjoy it. So yeah, I got this another one in awesome condition. It has a hype. I guess the previous owner tried to get it off and did not do a good job doing it, but it's there. I'll leave it. It looks awesome. But yeah, finally got an OG copy of Prince's Batman soundtrack. I remember owning this on cassette when it came out. When the movie came out. I have it on CD, but now I have the album. I don't know if it has mixed feelings, but I love Prince. I enjoy Prince. I was raised on Prince music, so I really wanted this. I'll probably get the reissue just to compare sounds. But yeah, Prince Batman 1989 soundtrack. Okay, and this is my last final find over my local record shop, Park Avenue CDs. This is another movie soundtrack that I really wanted and I enjoyed watching when I was a kid. And this is one of those movies that, I don't know if you guys know this thing going around in the movie community. The movies that made you. I think Brandon, Mr. Hall of Fame, did one. And this is one of those movies that really made me. I used to watch a ton of it every time it was on TV, HBO. I rented it a couple of times, and it's one of those movies I really liked it a lot. And it is Heavenly Kid. Another this is a promo copy, a gold stamp promo right here, you see. And I found it also great price, almost brand new, you can see. I was very amazed that all these albums were really, really nice condition. I guess I'm thinking that all these albums used to be owned by the same person. But yeah, also great decent price. It's a promo copy. One of those that is out of print and you hardly can find it unless you can get it on Discogs. And wow, this is a great movie. You know, it was like something similar to Karate Kid. That's why they called it Karate Kid. It was well, I'm not gonna spoil the movie. Go check it out yourself. It's a good movie. I highly recommend. But yeah, Karate Kid, original soundtrack from the '80s. Okay, all this stuff I'm gonna show you now are stuff that I got over online, and they're all reissues, all of them. This one, another one that I really wanted from the '80s. I just got reissued. I think a record store day a couple of years ago or months ago, and then it got reissued and it went out of print. COVID hit, I think, because of COVID, and then now it's back on stock. It was used to be another color. Now this one is a reddish, yeah, red color. I think the other one was like orange color, the last reissue, but this is a new one. And it's Oingo Boingo's Dead Man's Party. For me, this is Oingo Boingo's best album, in my opinion. I really like this album a lot. It has great songs in it. It has Weird Science from the movie. You also have Dead Man's Party as another song that was portrayed also in another movie from the 80s. I think it was Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, Weird Science. And so this is a great album. Highly recommend it. Finally, it's back in stock. But you can go and get it if you don't have it. I highly recommend it. Okay, another one. Okay, this one is kind of controversial these days. This album came out, got reissued for the first time, if I'm not mistaken, on Record Store Day last year. Then it went out of print, and now it's back in print. And I'm learning that this album is actually the same Record Store Day pressing, and a lot of people is complaining that it doesn't sound good, that it's muddy, the volume's kind of low. A lot of people's comparing this to a bootleg copy, so I don't know. I still have to spin it. I haven't checked it out, but up till now I haven't heard good things about it. But it is Poison's third studio album, Flesh and Blood. I really wanted this. I have the first two, Look What the Cat Dragged In and Open Up and Say I have those reissues, and I needed this one. So right now I'm very disappointed that a lot of people saying that it sounds bad. So I have to check it out myself. But until now, everybody say it does sound bad. So we'll see. If it's the case, I just hope they make a new better reissue. I mean, for this album. So yeah. Okay, next I have another one. This one was just a new release. I think it was a month ago, a couple of weeks ago. I wanted to get it as soon as, but I managed to grab a copy finally. Been hearing a lot of good stuff about this album. A lot of people saying it's one of their best, like a huge comeback. And it is Extreme's new album, 6. Love that cover. It's embossed, so you can touch it. So yeah, this is the limited edition red and black marble. This is a red one, but I wanted this one. This one for me looks better. Oh yeah, Extreme 6. I have to spin it. I already heard it via streaming, so yeah. Okay. Next is another one that got reissued by Friday Music. I also needed it. I already have the previous two albums. This is the third studio album, and it's Winger's Pull. Finally have it. So I need to listen more to this album. It's one of the albums I have hardly listened when it came out. I was more into the first two. They were the biggest hits in those albums. But I know this one is good. A lot of people saying this album is good. Over the VC, especially Aaron, he loves this album a lot more than the previous two. But yeah, I have to listen to this one. Yeah, Winger, third studio album, Pull. Okay, next, this one. I'm a huge sucker for Greatest Hits compilations. I love anything that with a lot of artists are in one album. I used to, when I was a kid, I used to love those K-Tel albums. That you know, it had tons of music from different artists. And right now they have one. It's called Now. It's from the UK. It's from Sony, but it's basically from the UK based. And this one is Now Yearbook 1986. 1986 is my favorite year of music when I was back when I was a kid. I'm gonna do a video in a couple of weeks talking about this year and all the music that I like from this year. So stay tuned. You're gonna like that one. But 1980s, I love 1984. I love the 80s, but 1986 was the biggest year for me for many reasons. I want to say that in the next episode when I talk about this year. So you guys can, I hope you like it. But yeah, this is Now Yearbook 1986, and it has I think this is 3 LP set. They have 3 LPs full of 80s songs. Some of them are huge hits that I remember. Some of them, I guess, they're hits from the UK because I never listened to them. I never heard them when I was a kid. But maybe many of these songs were hits only at the UK, never got to be in the US. But there is a lot of hits from that were played nonstop in the radio in the US. So, but yeah, Now Yearbook 1986, and it's a blue color vinyl. Okay, now last but not least on this part one, 2 CDs that I got. These I wanted them to get them on vinyl. One is still available. The other one is already out of print. And this one is, for me, out of the 3 that I want to show you, this one has the best songs. Mostly all the songs that are in this set were played non-stop here in the US. Okay, this is Now Yearbook 1984. This one is out of print on vinyl. I wanted to get this one, and I think I waited too long, so now it's out of print. So but I got it on CD. This is a 4 CD set, 1984, and I got 1985. So you saw 1986 on vinyl. This one you can still get it on vinyl. I love these comps. Like I said, I'm a huge sucker. Anything that, especially on the 80s, I really like. I have a lot of them. So this is good, like, to sit down, and if you just want to hear just hits or songs from many artists, instead, you don't have to get up and change the CDs or change the album. You just want to sit down and relax and listen to music without getting up and turning over the vinyl. These are good to do that. So yeah. So that's the end of part 1. I will show you part 2. So stay tuned for that. And part 2 is going to be more metal, thrash metal, and more hardcore metal. And you'll see. So yeah, until then, this is Angel signing off, and I hope you guys have a good weekend.